With just 3 weeks left to go in the 2024 presidential election, we're going to be looking at the latest state individual polling as of right now. Make sure to hit the like button to subscribe if you want more content just like this. Looking at the safe Democrat states, California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, as well as Illinois, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, or Maryland, as well as the District of Columbia, Hawaii, and Maine's 1st congressional district will all be in the safe Democrat column. These are states that won't necessarily be over 14-point wins in my official forecast, but are essentially guaranteed to go to the Democrats as of right now. The same thing for the Republicans is Utah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, as well as all of Nebraska except the 2nd congressional district, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Iowa, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and South Carolina. And so, as well as the state of Alaska, including Maine's 2nd congressional district, as well as Ohio. So that leaves the traditional battleground states in the polling. So, looking at the state of Nevada, we will go over here and see that the first poll here does have a Harris +1 result from Trafalgar. It is a 1-point lead from Trafalgar with about 1,100 likely voters from October 10th to the 13th. So this will put the state in the lean Democrat column. However, this is not my official forecast exactly, but it is just what the latest poll is saying in the individual battleground states. For example, Biden won the state by 2 points last time, so this is a slight improvement for Donald Trump from Biden's last margin, but clearly isn't enough to flip the battleground state. Looking at the state of Arizona, this is going to be a key battleground state because it is a state that Donald Trump did lose last time. 1,100 likely voters from Trafalgar. We see Trump is up 2 points in the latest Arizona poll from the same time frame. A lean margin for Donald Trump in the state of Arizona. New Mexico is another interesting state. The polling has been pretty liberal there. If we go over here and actually look at the spread here, we could see Survey USA from September 12th to the 18th is a likely margin for Harris in the state of New Mexico. That puts the state in the likely Democrat column. The state of Texas, a key battleground that has become more competitive in the last couple cycles, actually ends up showing a 5-point lead in the latest University of Houston Hobby School of Public Affairs poll with about 1,400 likely voters from September 26th to October 10th. This puts the state in the 5-point category for Donald Trump, where it's just around where he won it by last time in the 2020 presidential cycle. Looking at the next battleground, we see the state of Florida is a very key battleground state this cycle. If we look at Florida, we see a 5-point lead in the aggregate and a 7-point lead from the Terrence group with about 800 registered voters from October 5th to the 8th. We will be putting that in the likely Republican column. Georgia, another key battleground state, a state that Joe Biden narrowly won last cycle that Harris seems to have weak spots in. We see that Donald Trump leads by 2 points in the latest Insider Advantage polling with about 800 registered voters from October 14th to the 15th. A little bit recent, so a lean Republican margin there. If we go to the state of North Carolina, another key battleground, we will go to the state of North Carolina and see that the latest Trafalgar poll actually shows Donald Trump up 2 points in the Tar Heel state with about 1,100 likely voters from October 10th to the 13th. So that's a lean margin in the state of North Carolina. He is one state short away in the Rust Belt from winning the general election. Virginia, another key battleground state. We see an 11-point win from Christopher, Newport University, Wasson Center for Civic Leadership, about 800 likely voters, September 28th to October 4th, the latest poll from the battleground state. So we will be putting that in the likely Democrat column. However, I do suspect that the polling will be a lot closer than that, or at least the state will be a lot closer than that on election day. Looking at the Rust Belt as well as the Northeast, we can go to New Hampshire right now. We'll see in the state of New Hampshire, the latest poll is actually a 7-point lead for Kamala Harris from the latest St. Anselm College Survey Center poll with about 2,000 likely voters. So we'll be putting that in the likely Democrat column. as well as the state of Maine at large. This is another key battleground that Joe Biden swept in the last cycle. A 9-point victory is expected for Kamala Harris as of right now from the latest poll, which has come out of Pan Atlantic Research with about 800 likely voters from September 5th to the 15th. So definitely an old poll. We definitely do need a new poll out of Maine. And looking at Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, the polling has looked absolutely abysmal to the point where I even think Kamala's still going to even pick off the district. So if we actually look at the latest poll from the New York Times / Siena College from September 24th, we see that Harris leads by 9 points in the district of Nebraska 2nd. Looking at the final battleground states in the Rust Belt, we will look at the state of Minnesota. We see about roughly a 6-point lead in the latest ActiVote poll, but that is not considered a real pollster by our standards. They are not a scientific poll. So looking at the latest poll from Redfield and Wilton Strategies, we do see an 8-point lead for Harris in this poll. So that'll be putting the state in the likely Democrat column. Now, looking at Wisconsin, a key battleground that Joe Biden barely won last time, we do see that Donald Trump now leads in the latest poll from Patriot Polling with 800 registered voters from October 12th to the 14th. So that'll put the state in the lean Republican column and will give Donald Trump the White House in this video. Looking at Michigan as well, another key battleground state. Kamala Harris from our own poll, On Point Politics and Red Eagle sponsoring SoCal Strategies. The latest poll actually has our own poll with a Harris +1 lead in the state of Michigan. So that'll be in the lean Democrat column. And looking at the final state of Pennsylvania, we will see that Donald Trump, as of right now, does have a 4-point loss in the latest New York Times / Siena College poll. So that'll go in the lean Democrat column. So in this video, based on the latest poll in all the battleground states, Donald Trump is winning 272 electoral college votes to Harris's 266 electoral college votes. This is not an official prediction, but is merely what the latest individual poll from the latest battlegrounds are in fact saying. Make sure to hit the like button to subscribe if you want more content just like this, and we will see you guys in the next video.